All right. Hey, everybody. It is your girl, Sharice P. Proud to be here with these dope, amazing female founders. Can we give it up for the ladies? I'm just saying. Woo! Yes. Come through. Yes. And not only because you're ladies, but you are ladies that I know from like years of knowing that you are out here affirming other women with your creativity, that you are uplifting, you are inviting spirit, you're like the media, the music, the messaging, the creative projects that you create are absolutely created to heal, to bring kindness, to bring holiness and love. And so I just love that. I'm so excited to get more eyeballs on exactly what you're doing. I love it. And so everybody out there, for those that are joining Tin, make sure you comment. Let me know you're here because the first few folks that jump in with us are going to win that free custom marketing campaign. And when I say free custom marketing campaign, this isn't free because it doesn't cost anything. This is something that people literally love y'all customers, don't beat me up, but people pay thousands of dollars for it. But because I know that the folks who follow us are generally positive creators who are literally trying to help bring some healing to this world, we're doing that. So if you jump in on, make sure you comment and let us know. If you have questions, jump in and let them know. We are here with the Black Betties, national recording artists who use their beautiful identical voices to uplift the highest of highs, who we just celebrated his rising. We just celebrated his resurrection this past weekend. So yeah, all of that. We are here with the Tawanda Kilpatrick, CEO of Unselfish Women, celebrated playwright, celebrated producer and screenwriter extraordinaire. I've been hearing amazing things about the showrunners that you all have been looking at for your next project and the vetting for like network action. So I can't wait to hear more about that. And with the so sweet, so humble, and so talented Malatrice Montgomery, I'm just going to let you know, if you are out there trying to get your creative project going and trying to get your creative life, and you just kind of like can't get out the blocks, you need to know Malatrice Montgomery. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, not only has she brought her creative and organizational talents to, keeping like plays and to supporting like book projects. This lady has been out in LA, doing like kind of, I always get the title wrong, like assistant director work or production assistant work for like BET movies. So she is like so humble and so sweet. But I've not said all of that, but let me let you all share a bit. If we could just kind of go around, Sharita and Cherie, if you all could share a bit. I'll start with you, Sharita, and then Cherie. People probably always do that to y'all, like talk like. So I'll go Sharita, then Cherie, and then Malatrice, and then to Tawanda. Please share a bit of your background.
All right. Hi, I'm Sharita. I'm one half of the Black Betties, co-owner of Betty's Entertainment with my sister. This is just an exciting time for us. We have music coming out, new music, and we've had some music to chart over in the UK and in France. And ended last year at number one on one of the UK soul charts, which is really, really, really cool. So we're really excited about that, and so we are moving to get more music out there to continue that push. We just had a show last month, and we have another one coming up this Saturday in Gainesville, Florida.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be in Gainesville at the Fifth Avenue Arts Festival in downtown Gainesville, Florida. So if you're in that area, we want you to come out and see us. It's going to be an exciting time. And we have a special heart project that Miss Malatrice has helped us to flesh out. She's our triplet, as we say. So she's helped us with a special project, a docu-series that we're working on called Multiples. So, but hi, that's a lot.
It was. Okay. She
Love
said it all. Hi, I'm Cherie. I'm the other half of the Black Betties. And Yes, we have music, we have a docu-series. We have been blessed to have worked with Miss Tawanda
Yep.
on in some of her projects, her plays. She's amazing. One thing I just love about everyone on this meeting here is that everybody has an incredible heart and spirit. So, like you said, Sharice, everyone, the projects that we are all working on are all about uplifting and building up the community and ourselves, we as women, and I'm just grateful to be a part.
Awesome. And congratulations, the Black Ladies on charting. That's
Yeah.
dope. And so, would love to hear during this session, how that felt because so many creators are out there like going. And I know you all have put in the work, you've had exposure, been next to like, people and then to get out there. So that's awesome. Congratulations on your music charting. That is dope.
Thank you.
Hit makers in the house. Malatrice. All right.
All right. My name is Malatrice Montgomery. I am a physician assistant by day, working in radiology, and I work in production type things by night. I'm on the brink of calling myself a multi hyphenate because I'm finding that I do a lot of things. I have organizational talents. I do a lot of production type things. I helped Tawanda with her book project. So I do a lot of things, but most of it is either medical related in the PA world or production related. I also recently started a business called My PA Life, which seeks to serve underrepresented minorities in the PA profession. So that's just one of the things I'm working on.
And your nonprofit, right? Don't you have a nonprofit?
Yes, Love in Action. And then I'm working with the Black Betties with their docu-series. I'm working with Tawanda on all her production things that we've got going on and the books, all the things. So I'm a multi-hyphenate.
She's Superwoman.
She is, absolutely. And so sweet while doing it. It's amazing. Yes. And that brings us to Miss Screenwriter, Playwright, Tawanda Kilpatrick.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, wow. I am so excited to just be here with all you ladies. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on a part of this. Well, for me, I actually just got off set from rapping. I've been working in costuming with the Tales of the Walking Dead. Yes. So it's really great, enjoying it. But my passion on what I'm doing, I am a screenwriter. So I've worked with all these ladies. Molly works with me on a project that we are doing. It's a TV series that we are just moments away from being able to announce what network it's going to be airing with. But we've been working on it for a while. We have the full cast. We're really excited about that. That's one of the things. And then in conjunction with that, we'll be announcing a biopic that I have the rights to. I can't say the name yet right now, but pretty soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, the press release will come out, and then maybe you can bring us back and we could talk about that some more. But really excited about that. And the other thing that we're finishing up now, we're getting ready to start putting together the Unselfish Men. So we did the Unselfish Women. It was amazing. We love unselfish women. All of these ladies are featured in the book, but we're getting ready to do the Unselfish Men, and it's going to feature over 150 men from all over the globe. So that's it. I'll stop right there.
That is awesome. Congratulations. And Tawanda, I would love to hear like from you in working, how many women ended up in the Unselfish Women book, which was amazing.
We ended up with 103 women in the book. Yes. We were going to stop at 100, but we had 3 more to come, and they were so amazing, so we couldn't turn them away, of course.
And the book really highlights just women in the local community who are just living life unselfishly with the deeds, with the projects they're working on. And so the book really highlights those women.
Yeah, it's amazing. So the one thing is that, most of the time you hear people are highlighting, the celebrities and what they're doing. And I didn't find that no one was really highlighting the women, like Molly said, in the community that's making a difference. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, but you got something that you want to add to the community to help. It might be to feed two people, but you're out there doing it. And so we found those people, and other people sent their names in, and we wanted to put them in a book. And the coffee table book will last forever, and you don't know whose table it's going to end up on.
That part. I think that's a really good key point. Like, there's so much brilliance in that, because a lot of folks don't think about how, how can they put their project or their media in places that where you, like you said, you don't know who's going to show up. You don't know who's going to be there. And so I think that that's part of the brilliance behind that book. Like, I love that. So thank you all for jumping in with us. Like I said, again, I'm very excited to have y'all with us. And one of the things I really wanted to ask you about, especially, knowing that there are so many positive creators out there and who follow Music Leaders and Fangage, and all of our own personal accounts, right? That they really often have projects that they're working on and that they're trying to get off the ground. I see Tanza Ruffin jumping in from Facebook. Hey, Tanza, she's another really positive creator. I hope that she comes on over to the other stream too, so that she can interact with us. But happy to see you out there. So anyway, just got to shout out folks who are jumping in and showing us some love. But with that being said, folks often, especially positive creators, have things you'll hear in, movie world and album world where they're trying to get things funded, for years, or maybe they were dealing with being afraid with their, fear, imposter syndrome, fear, false evidence appearing real. And so one of the questions I really wanted to ask all of you, because you do have projects that you have absolutely brought to fruition, would be, what is one exercise or mindset tip that you would share with other creators to get past, that, like, a block or a barrier, or even so one thing that you do, whether it be, self-talk or, things like that. And so I'll start with you, Sharita.
All right. One thing that you have to have a mind to finish. A lot of people start. Everybody can start, but not everybody finishes. So you have to be determined and connected to finishing. So you have to see it all the way through. And I guess that's just having the tenacity and there are going to be obstacles. Number one, anticipate that there are going to be obstacles that are going to pop up. But when you're dedicated to the finish line, when you see that goal, you be so dedicated. I'm talking about a man or a woman on fire to the finish line, that you don't lose sight of that. No matter what comes up against you, what comes in front of you, you see that finish line and you go after that finish line. So daily visualize you crossing over that finish line.
Awesome. That's good.
I like that. I love that. I don't know if you all are familiar with Dr. Michael Beckwith.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So he, it's so funny you said that. I was watching one of his talks, at Agape today, and he was focused, I believe, from Palm Sunday of 2022. He was focused on telling people to go from, I think it was from work ethic to worth ethic, or actually, no, it's a different one, but it's one that he did. I know he did it on Palm Sunday in 2022. And he was saying that you have to get into being driven by a quest, right? Mm-hmm. To really accept the fact that you were brought here, to earth. Like the Bible says that we were created in his image, mm-hmm. and God is love. And so we're created in his image, that we're, bringing love. We're bringing that, we're sent here to share that, mm-hmm. and that we have to get into that mindset and to just really chase living out the quest and to focus on that and to not worry so much about what we have, having to get in here, get in there, just operate and share, follow the quest, do the mission. So I love what you just shared. It just made me think about that because literally that was just this morning.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really good. I would like to piggyback if you don't mind.
Absolutely, because you are next. Come on.
Just to piggyback, a lot of times as creators, we oftentimes want everything to be perfect. And we want right? Everything has to be just right and lined up to the T. And sometimes it doesn't matter. You have to go and put it forth. You put your best foot forward. Hear me. You always want to put your best foot forward. But if you're looking for perfection, that's, don't let the perfectionism stop you from putting out a project. Like, oh, it has to be like this. It has to be. So it's like, no, do your very best. And another thing, God will bring the resources that you need. Human resources, other resources. The resources will be there. Use what's in your hand. Put your hands to the plow. Do what you do. And just go ahead and put it out. Because a lot of people can receive from you, as it is. And you're thinking, oh, it has to be perfect. And it's like, no, people want real, not perfection.
That's it.
I love that. I absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That is so good. And it's like you said, the real, like our energy, our vibe, it matters. So that is so dope. There are so many great nuggets in here. And we've already done one giveaway. I think Tom's is going to get that one. And so I just want to make sure I tell people, hey, if you're out there, you want to comment, let us know, because we are going to give away a custom marketing campaign to folks. And there's no strings attached to it. So, all right, with that being said, thank you for those nuggets from you charting singers. I love it. Malatrice, you're up next.
So I think that's something that helps you get out of your way and kind of put something out there and put it forward is for me, it's helped to like break things down into like smaller steps because I get overwhelmed with perfectionism and wanting it to be amazing, and pretty much everything I'm going to do is going to be amazing anyway. But in order to help like mentally process it, I break it down into smaller steps because you can kind of get really overwhelmed with the bigger picture. So in order to not like get side railed with all the things that have to be done, just what's the next step? What is the very next step that can propel you forward in reaching that goal? And that has helped me many times when I feel anxious about something or putting something out there or finishing a project. I just think to myself, okay, this is the end goal, but what's the very next step to help me get there? And then I just do that. And then the more you keep doing those steps, you will reach that end goal.
That's good.
I love that. And so I think that's a good point. It's easy to get overwhelmed, right? But if you just try to like, how do you eat an elephant? That old adage.
One bite at a time.
And so, and Trees, so many, like I think all of us here have relied on you at least once or hundreds of times to help move a project along. And, it seems like such simple advice, but I'm going to dig deeper here because you do it well, especially for others, you do it well. How do you, what do you tell yourself? Like when there's the temptation to try to swallow the whole thing. Like, but it's right there. I can just eat all of it. How do you, what do you tell yourself to keep from, going that route?
Well, to keep from spiraling, I really just back it all the way up. Like, I'm like that whole thing of, okay, what's the next thing? That's what I tell myself, because I will start spiraling with my thoughts of, oh, this has to happen. This has to happen. This has to happen. And so I really tell myself, calm down, back up, pause. And because everything doesn't have to be done like right then, it may be a part of the sequence, but it doesn't have to be done like right then. So I just kind of go into my organization brain and I'm like, okay, what's the very next thing that has to happen? And so I tell myself, back up and figure out what's the very next step. So I just kind of stop the mind chatter, because the mind chatter will kind of have you start spiraling with overwhelm. So that's what I do. I stop the mind chatter and I try to look at the whole picture and I'm like, okay, what's next? That's really what I tell myself.
Amazing.
Okay, awesome. So that sounds like a centering even
Uh-huh.
moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so just to kind of level set for everyone, because I know we have people that join us at different times. We have got two at the top. These identical faces. That's not you don't have double vision. They are identical twins, but they are also chart making hit makers over here, singers, national recording artists. Sharita and Cherie, also co-owners of the Black Betties. We've got Malatrice, and she is the owner. Well, you could say it, CEO.
CEO of My PA Life and of Valley Heart Productions.
Yes, and she is so humble. She's worked on like national movie releases, network movies, plays, book launches. But she's also an amazing team member to have to keep the trains moving on time. And we have the Tawanda Kilpatrick, who is a tenured, experienced, celebrated playwright, screenwriter, and producer. I've been to her plays. I've seen this in action and the affirming media and messaging that she is bringing to the world and doing it unselfishly. Also, the CEO of Unselfish Women, a book that featured over 100, literally like just women who were really sweet and giving of themselves. And so I just wanted to level set for everyone that's watching. And so with that, we'll move on to you, Miss Tawanda Kilpatrick. What would be your tip to help people get out of their way and get their project going? Because you've done many. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of speak just a little bit on my very first project that I did. I toured. I left a law firm. I was working at a local law firm, and I left, and I was going to do this play. It was called Can a Hoochie Become a First Lady? It was a gospel stage play. And I thought I had this investor, so I was getting ready to go. So in my rehearsal, I had my live band, four-piece band, Keith Sweat, all of these people on board, but I had no money. And my investor pulled out, but there was someone that had walked into my rehearsal and he loved everything that he saw. So the only thing that I could do was to just keep it and get it together and just say that I got to make this happen. So the man, I am so sorry. My dog came in. I'm so sorry.
Go.
So the guy, he said, I would like to take this on a tour. And I said, okay, well, that's going to cost like $70,000. Guys, we gave him my bank account information. He wired the money. And if I would have just went to the cast and said, guys, we're not going, but something said, get it together, get it right, and it's going to happen. I just thought I was going to jail to look at my bank account and to see the money there. But that's how I got started. And I remember him telling me, if you believe in it and you know it's going to happen, put it together and follow that. And from that, I never stopped. I got the vision, I put it together, I put the plans, and then I make it happen. That's it. That's my advice. If you believe in something that you have, put it together. Of course, make it plain, put it on paper, and put the steps, and it'll happen. It might take longer than what you want, but it will happen. And from that point, I have toured plays, I have gotten investors, and maybe not always the 10 or 15 million, but I started small. And now from me taking a play on the tour, it started out, we did 5 cities. Then we ended up doing 17 city tour. And then from there, I changed and started doing different type of plays. But I know I get a lot of great information.
No, that's great. Thank you. In fact, I have a follow-up question for you around that experience, right? Would really love to know, how did you handle or what did you tell yourself, right? what was your, I'm big on self-talk,
Right.
because it, you know, the whole, like the word tells us, you know, to reject certain thoughts. And so
Yes.
when you had that experience, like kind of sounds honestly like a in the valley experience, you know,
Mhm.
where you know you're ready, you know, Keith Sweat is ready, the band is ready, everybody's ready to do this, you know,
Yes.
gospel play or gospel tour, and you know, and it's like starting to look like it might not happen. What was your self-talk like in that moment, in that process of it, like the realization of the risk, but then also your self-talk, like you said, when you decided to go ahead and move forward with the
Mhm.
investor and say, okay, Keith Sweat, okay, band, okay, you know, we're
Right.
going to go ahead and do this national gospel tour. So what did you tell yourself? Because I think others can help benefit from that when their projects hit roadblocks.
Right. Now, honestly, I was very nervous because the one call was I didn't have the money. And I like, I'm gonna have to leave Atlanta because all these people are trusting me and believing, and they're in rehearsal with no money, thinking that we're going on tour. So I said that, you know what? This is gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna happen. And my assistant said, at the end of rehearsal, you're gonna have to tell them that it's not happening. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. We're just gonna wait this out. I went home, I prayed about it. When the guy called and said the money is in the bank, it was at that moment, and I said, if I would have said anything, I would have disrupted everything that I started and that God showed me the vision. So my thing was me talking to myself and not talking to everybody else. I was quiet and I was silent. And I just stuck with the prayer that I had, and the other voice that God was saying is that kind of like, I got you. And but if I would have talked to the assistant and talked to this one and talked to that one, those voices, I would have said, okay, you know what, you're right. I got to let everybody know. But at that moment, I didn't. And that is the same way that I do a lot of things now. Molly, who works with me on all of the projects, and she'll like, okay, you're not answering the phone. So mostly she knows that if I'm not talking, that means that I'm working on something. I'm getting that answer. So when I get that next call to her, okay, Molly, this is what we got. We just got the funding, this right here, whatever. Sometimes you just have to be silent and just let God talk.
Good stuff. That's good. That's good.
That's really good.
And it can be so hard to do in the moment, right?
Mhm.
Like, you know, but these are those moments that people don't talk about. And so thank you so much for sharing that. Because these are those moments that people don't talk about. And then when people get out in their journey and they're in their process of trying to bring their creative, positive media art, the same kind of art that's helped people get free for centuries, and they're out on their quest trying to bring that forward, and they hit these roadblocks, or the funding falls out, or the person cancels at the last minute, it can feel so like, well, that's not supposed to happen, or like they're not doing something right. So to hear it and to hear from others that have brought, you know, national tours, that have been, you know, that have made chart making music, to say, yeah, when I had that experience, I had to get alone, I had to get centered, I had to listen, you know, like I think it helps people not quit and not give up.
Right.
And then the rest of us don't lose out on the beautiful message that they were going to bring forth. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
And
Um,
also maybe like watching who's in your circle, because you know you
Yes.
keeping just sharing with a few close people, your prayer warriors, or you people you know will speak life to what you're doing. And
Mhm.
I think that's really important, the people you surround yourself with, because you know you can't tell everybody everything. Not because, you know, but just because of the energy they'll bring to it. And so you want to make sure whoever you share it with is someone who's like aligned and who's got your back and will speak life
Yes.
to your project. I think that's important.
that's real. That's important. Because it's like, what energy are you? That y'all heard that Oprah had a sign on her.
Be careful of your energy that you bring into this room, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
please be responsible
For
with
the
the energy that you bring into this space.
Right.
Yeah, so that's great. Thank you, Malatrice. So I got one more round of quick questions for everyone that's out there, like checking us out. Thanks for vibing with us and rocking with us. I'm getting messages, so I thank you, love you, and if you want the free toolkit that we shared, that we said everyone would get for tuning in, then go to www.catchmeinTheLab.com. And after the broadcast, everyone who registers at catchmeinTheLab.com will send you out a resource toolkit to make it easier for you to do marketing and to do your own projects, like this kind of thing, like this kind of platform that we're all sitting on right now. So make sure you go to www.catchmeinTheLab.com, or if you can't remember that, you can see the logo up the top left corner there, musicleaders.com, and you'll be able to get it. And Tanza and Bayer and Kira, I see you guys in the comments. So you all are going to get your custom marketing campaign. I can't wait to get with you. Okay, so that's that. And for those who are just tuning in, again, we've got chart making national recording artists here sharing with us tonight. We've got amazing Malatrice Montgomery, CEO of Valley Heart Productions, who is just I would say, like, this is the kind of person you want to have in your team, because they are going to move forward. When we just talked about having a Valley and experience, amazing experience. Tawanda Kilpatrick, amazing national gospel playwright, worked with celebrities, like experience. She was so transparent a few minutes ago. So if you didn't catch that, go back and watch the replay. But she shared this beautiful Valley experience, and the fact that many people don't share those. And when you have those kinds of experiences where someone didn't do what they're going to say or whatever, having your own secret time with God, like she shared, is absolutely the first step and the best step. But then, as far as like who's next to you, having someone like Malatrice in your team who can say, "Hey, while you focus, while you pray, first of all, I will stay awake, and second, I will actually do some work while you're gone praying." Like, she's amazing.
Yes.
So, and then we have, like I just said, so we have her, and then we have Tawanda Kilpatrick, amazing, celebrated playwright, national gospel plays, celebrity, like connected, all of that. So that's the recap for those who have just tuned in. See y'all jumping on. And the last question that I have before we jump off, time has gone so quick, right? Is you all absolutely all choose to make music that heals, that uplifts, that is supportive of others. And I am thoroughly convinced, God just keeps sending me reminders and showing me every day that the art that is being put out into this world, the media, the messages that is being put out, that it absolutely matters. It absolutely affects our frequency. And so I just thank you, all four of you, so much for choosing to create messages and media that's going to be healing and uplifting for others. And so I kind of shared, like, just now, like, kind of what I think about it. And I am a marketer, so I know that messages matter and messages influence people. But I would love it, because you all are creators who are doing the work, if you could kind of just share what your hope is that your art would do for others, like that they would go from here to here especially after seeing your next project. So yeah. And this is also me being a marketer to all of you, because if you haven't had that question posed, if you haven't asked it on the inside, it's a great question to ask. It really crystallizes your messaging and things of that nature. And so we'd love to hear about your next project. And even if it's at a high level, so it's not hard, you can get with me later and we'll go deep. It'll be fun, and your brain will. Anthony Hamilton would say your brain would hurt, because that's what he said to him. He's like, "Sharice, you made my brain hurt," but he loves you. Get clear, and it's good. So, for now, while we're on broadcast, if you need, you can take it at a high level. But please share your next project, what you're excited about doing next, and what you would hope that it does for people, that it takes them from point A to point B, like the message that's in it. Sharita, you're up now. You're up.
I'm up. Okay. So, yes, we are the Black Betties, and music is what we do. It is a vehicle, it is a God given gift that we have, a talent that we have. And I'm so grateful for the gift of music. But there's a passion project that we're working on called Multiples, which is a docu-series about twins and multiple births, triplets, septuplets, and all quads, and just all the multiple births. Um, and so, like I said, it's a passion project. And the message that we hope people walk away from is that relationship, connection. We're meant to form and find connection. We need each other in the cancel culture that we live in today, in the throwaway society, like, on to the next. No, we need each other. We need relationship. You're important to me. I'm going to be important to you. You know what I mean? So we just need each other. And that's the message that we hope that everybody walks away with, like, you know what? I'm so grateful for so and so in my life. Like I can rightfully and honestly, completely, wholeheartedly say I am so grateful not only for my twin sister Cherie, but I am so wholeheartedly grateful and thankful for Malatrice in my life. I
Mhm.
made a post on Facebook the other day and said Malatrice is the best. That was my whole post. That's it. And done. That was my post. Malatrice is the best, and she is. Um, and I like you can't pay for real friendship. You can't pay for sisterhood. People like Cherie and Malatrice, they mean the world to me. And so I said all that to say relationships mean something. And that's what we want people to walk away with. Relationships, value the people that God has placed in your life. Because I'm grateful for the who He's placed in my life.
Wow.
Awesome. That is a beautiful moment, and you're right. It is easy to get choked up about Malatrice, but not only does she
Yes.
come and save people's creative projects from their own selves, but she also helped. Like, I mean, she just is a great friend and
Mhm.
an uplifting person. She's been a blessing to me, all of us, my kids, everyone I know.
Yes.
Period. Forever. So, yeah, we love you, Malatrice. Thank you for that so much.
Yes.
Sharita. And Shari, for everyone, you can check out the Black Betties there. You can follow them. Um,
Yes.
that's where you can check them out. And Shari, same question for you. The next project that you're excited about, and the uplift that you would like to see it, or even just why you think that like if you think positive media or art is important.
Absolutely. I'm excited about our music because music is a tool, it's universal. It doesn't matter where you go, good music moves you. So for me, it's our music. Our music, we sing everything from gospel to R&B to rock and roll to just everything across the board. And but our music and what we put out, I we want to give people a moment to just release and relax. Sometimes to take a break. It's okay to let your hair down and have fun and be in the moment. So I hope our music is able to give people a reprieve from their everyday life and just be a source of joy. So I think our music is just a source of joy. When we go out to perform, we just want to bring smiles to people's faces. We want to bring joy. We want to bring light and give it. And in return, we receive it right back. So that's part of the gift that music has given us that we want to share with the world.
I love that. And that's it. Like um, that seeing people smile, right? And checking them out, like seeing them smile from the art that you've created and seeing them being uplifted.
Mhm.
I tell my husband often. So I mean I don't think all of you know this, but I grew up backstage at the my dad was a drummer for the Isley Brothers, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame R&B group. And before he was even that, my grandfather, like, great friends with, celebrities, and is in like the Cincinnati Hall of Fame for senior citizens. He's in his own, like, he's in his own thing. And like so we were around folks, and especially with Isley Brother concerts, because they're going to be out there with like Earth, Wind and Fire and Maze. It's always going to be like love. It's always going to be, drifting on a memory. It's always going to be love. And I tell him like that I wish that he could go back and be like 7 years old, 6 years old with me, standing in the wings on the side of the stage, looking out and seeing people just smiling and happy and, in love. And just like there's this vibe that comes in and fills up the arena, the stadium. And so I totally get what you're saying, Cherie. Like, just really being able to like put that smile on people's faces is it's a magical thing, And growing up and being on some other stages that weren't promoting love and looking out and seeing like, I was like, whoa, y'all stay out there. It's different. It's a different vibe. And so I think that what you said about that smile, even Michael Beckwith, again, he was talking about the chemicals that happen when people just smile. That all this chemical chain reaction that and Treese would know from a medical. So thank you both for sharing that. Treese, the same question for you when it comes to your next project that you're most excited about for all of our entertainment and creator minds out there that follow us. What it would be, and what you would say about like the message that you hope they go from here to there, or just your thoughts about like art or positive art and its impact. And before I go away from that, thank you, Black Betties. Check them out, follow them, everybody. That's where you can catch them. Check them out. And there you go. All right, Malatrice, you're up.
Well, I'm so excited about being in the room with like all my favorite people. Like, you guys are all of my favorites. So I was just thinking, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're all my favorites. So, and I'm working with each of you on different things, which is exciting. So with Cherise, supporting music leaders and supporting positive messaging is like really important, because that's what we all need in this world. Positive messaging that inspires us, right? With the Black Betties, helping with multiples, just highlighting how important relationships are and how connections are with your daily life. And then working with Tawanda on the many projects we're working on. But most recently, I'm excited about Unselfish Men, because it's one of 3 series. We did Unselfish Women, now we're on Unselfish Men. And then the third book will be Unselfish Youth. And I really think it's important to highlight the unselfish deeds that people do in the local community. That's just, I don't know, something about that is just really important to me, just to highlight people who are just doing unselfish deeds in their regular life. And then with My PA Life, all the things. With My PA Life, I really am excited about helping underrepresented minority students in a profession where in the PA world, the physician assistant world, Black PAs make up only 3% of the profession. That's abysmal. That's terrible. So what I hope to do is to help support underrepresented minority students, help them with the skills, the tools they need, so that they can pour back into our community and care for their patients that look like them. And I just want to be a part of supporting their growth and their journey as they pour back into their patients. So those would be the things.
I love it. Thank you so much, Malatrice, CEO of Volley Heart Productions. I love to see you flexible. You're so humble. So I love that. You love what she had to say. We've all talked about this girl will keep your trains moving on time. Now make sure you pay her for moving your trains on time. But she will do it. She's a great team member to have, and that's how you can connect with her. Follow her at Celine Beyonce, and you can catch her. And that brings us to the Tawanda Kilpatrick. Tawanda, you've had so many projects that you've brought to the world and into the stage, right? Even the experience you shared with us about the National Gospel Tour and the Investor, and like Keith Sweat was on standby, and the band and everybody, to continue and to like stay in creating art and stay in doing it consistently is a strength. And so I really love to hear what you would say around, you know, one, the next project that you're most excited about, the transformation you'd like it to see for people, but also what gives you a heart for creating like uplifting media. Why do you feel that it's so important? So
Well, the next project, as Molly said, is Unselfish Men. And but before I go to there, I just want to say that Molly came into my life because of the Black Betties working with me on a project and wanted to send somebody to me that they said, girl, you think you organized, you don't know nothing. We finna send somebody to change your life. And she has changed my life so in so many ways. I would not do a project without her. And when people ask me, like, how is Molly? I was like, God, if I tell them, they're going to take her away. But, you know, I love to share and share what she's all about. But I can tell you, I have never in my life met anybody that when they say something, their word is their word. And I can be in another country and I know that my business at home is handled because I know Molly got it. And I just want to thank you, everybody, to know I thank you so much for being who you are. And I love your character. And I love that. And I think, guys, if we had more people like that and we can tell them what we can do together as a people would be amazing. So, but our next project and is Unselfish Men. And why I'm so excited about this is when launching Unselfish Women, I had a lot of men come to me and say, well, what about us? Nobody highlights us. And I thought like, okay, well, then that's what we're going to do. So I think what I like about this is that we had the model from the Unselfish Women, and now doing Unselfish Men, we're able to reach into the community and get all of these men from all over. And I tell you guys, we have some people from Italy, we have some from South Africa. And when I say worldwide, global, it's so global, and we're really excited about that. So that's exciting. That's the next project. It's being able to show the world what these men are doing in their communities unselfishly.
when I tell you I love that, like it just makes me think of there's you know the well, I love it because the truth is the way our Black men and our Black boys have been viewed is not just sad or bad, it's dangerous, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so it makes me think of the Black Men Smile project, and it makes me think of this new show. Oh, it's on. I don't know. It's on the streaming. It's not like Xfinity and all that. But I think Black Men Profiled. And so my marketing brain is spinning, and I'm just hoping
Right.
that you all can just like connect with as many Black men projects as possible to really really support this amazing message that you have, because and I understand that they may not all be Black. I get that.
Right.
I
Right.
understand that. I do, but I imagine that there will be brown brothers, Black brothers, cream
Mhm.
white brothers involved in all shades. But I believe that when in when we look at the men, if we really want to see patriarchy and toxic masculinity change or go away, that it's projects like the one that you all are working on that will do that. The men have been told forever that they'll be rewarded or celebrated if they die with the most stuff or if they're the toughest in the room. And men of all shades have been shown that. And so it's just wonderful to see men who are leading more like Jesus did. Yeah, we can serve and lead. We can serve. Or there's that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, where the husband says, you've got this kind of power, but my power is kindness. Spoiler, I should have said spoiler alert.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ooh.
But there's, so I love the heart for that. And it's exactly the kind of message that we need more of to show people
Yes.
where true power is. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Well, I have shared a bit with these, but these ladies have shared the good tea. Thank you all so much. And if you all didn't catch them before, we've got the Black Betties. Here's where you can catch them. Those identical faces at the top of your screen. You do not have double vision. They are actually identical twins. But more than that, they are amazing singers, national recording, chart-making artists. Chart makers, hit makers. That is like all I'm gonna say if I'm ever telling about you guys think, because they need to know that you're doing the work and you've done the work and got noticed, and because that lets them know maybe she can help me. We're blessed to be a blessing. We've got amazing producers, y'all. Like, who your producer is matters. Amazing producer Malatrice Montgomery, CEO of Valley Heart Productions, has worked with all of us. Has worked with like major network teams, like BET, like all of that. She's so humble, she would never say it. But this is where you can follow her and celebrate it. Awesome screenwriter, playwright, producer, the Tawanda Kilpatrick. And like, you don't just find her bio, like look her up, Google her, you'll see. So ladies, thank you all so much for coming and sharing with others. And for, again, if you all are catching the end, go to www.catchmeinTheLab.com or www.musicleaders. You can check us out. We've got a great gift for everyone who catches the replay, and the folks who showed up early, they got their gift. So yay to our winners. But for everyone who catches the replay or who's watching now, we will give you a free digital marketing toolkit. So check it out. Go to the at Music Leaders. You can follow us, but check us out at www.musicleaders.com or www.catchmeinTheLab.com to get your free toolkit. And with that, we are wrapped. Thank y'all so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharice, for having this great
You're
platform.
awesome. Yes.
Highlight,
Thank you.
positivity. Yep.
Oh, thank y'all. Thank you so much. And folks, share it. Share this
You got it.
Share it with others, because someone needs what they have. So help them help the rest of us get more and more uplifted. Like John Legend says, get lifted. Let's do it.